Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. We're looking at Psalm 119, and today we're down to the 13th stanza. And every verse and every line in these 8 verses begin with the Hebrew letter Mem. M-E-M. Now, I think it's so fitting, even though it has nothing to do with it, that we find in these 8 verses how we ought to memorize God's Word and take it with us everywhere we go. How we ought to meditate on God's Word and hide it in our heart so then we can apply it to every situation in our life that we face. These are beautiful verses, and when they become real to us, I'm telling you, we become real with God, and God becomes real to us, and we have an understanding the world has no knowledge about at all. So it's more than just studying the Bible and getting a bunch of things in our head that we can say, I know about the Bible. It's about knowing the God of the Bible. It's about knowing the Jesus of the Bible and living and walking and loving Him with all of our heart. And Jesus says, if you keep my commandments, He said, I will manifest myself to you. And so you see obedience in these verses too that go right along with memorizing, meditating on God's Word. So let me read them, and then we'll have a few more comments. In verse 97, oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day. For you, through your commandments, have made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep your precepts. I have restrained my feet from every evil way, that I may keep your word. I have not departed from your judgments, for you yourself have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Oh, what a beautiful passage. Kind of reminds you of Joshua. He's getting ready to lead the nation of Israel after Moses died into the Holy Land, and God tells him to take courage, to be strong. And then he gives him the clue of success, the secret of success. And he says, do not let the words of this book, the law of this book, depart from your mouth, but you should meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do according to all that's written therein, for then you'll make your way prosperous, and then you'll have good success. Now, we need to take God's word with us. Now, verse 98 talks about being wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. And first I read that and I thought, oh, my enemies are ever with me. But the more you read this passage, I believe he's saying, I have more wisdom than my enemies and those who are trying to destroy me and the things in life that are trying to take me down. And there are so many that are trying to take us down, because His word, His truth, His precepts, His commandments, His statutes, His testimonies are ever with us. His law is ever with us, keeps us on the straight and the narrow path, because the broad path leads to destruction. Here this psalmist is saying, I have teachers that teach me. I learn from the ancients. I learn from my enemies. But he says, most of all, I love it in verse 102. He says, for you yourself have taught me. Taught by God. Jesus said, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. God speaks to us when we keep our heart from going down the wrong path, when we listen to His truth and we are obedient to His will. Yes, as we line up with the will of God, God and His Word become a living book that's sweet. It's honey. We love it. We want to be in it. We can't wait to be in it. Saddest thing, so many believers do not take time for God's Word because their feet are on the wrong path. And we want to keep our feet on the right path. As a matter of fact, that's the next section of verses. So God help us as we listen to Him and let Him teach us, taught by God. Wow, how that can happen in our lives if we just listen and open our hearts to it. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.